It's Saturday night, and you know what that means. Another hour of wrestling on Turner Network Television. Let's talk about it, shall we? I'm John Renton with my review of AEW Rampage. We have JR, Shivani, and Excalibur on commentary, and I gotta be honest, guys, Rampage is getting a lot harder to review. Even if the matches are okay, there's not a lot of meat to this show. I know that it's only an hour. Dynamite's 2 hours. Collision is coming up in about a month. They have a new television deal that apparently is being announced pretty soon, and that's good. If they're getting a boost of money, that's great. Rampage at this point is it's barely, above what their YouTube shows were. Just whatever. Max Caster ended up saying a couple good lines in his pre-match rap. It's the guys who tried to kidnap Governor Whitmer, and it's got the worst mustache since Vince McMahon. And then we have the Acclaimed, Caster and Bowens, and Billy, don't be a hero, against Butcher, Blade, and Kip with Penelope. Why is Kip still there? I mean, I'm glad that Tony Khan honored his contract and paid him while he was injured. I have nothing against him personally, but my God. My God, this was just a meaningless six-man tag that ended with a mic drop. 1, 2, 3. And Butcher and Blade aren't an awful team, but just the Acclaimed are totally cooled off. The crowd pops for the scissor me, daddy ass, and that's about it. QTV, QT Marshall is still on television in 2023. Hobbs is toast. God, they had multiple opportunities with Hobbs, and they just continue to do the worst shit with him. And he looks like he could just be an absolute monster. Tony Storm took on Allison Kay. Hey, Allison Kay, we know you appeared on AEW programming before, which I totally forgot about. Nothing against Allison Kay. Oh boy, the Outcasts are there. Saraya is the worst signing that Tony Khan has done. The worst. The absolute worst. This Outcast stuff is terrible. They made referee Aubrey seem inept, and Aubrey's not inept. And this did nothing for Allison Kay. And Storm 0, 1, 2, 3. The Outcast has got to be... They're in the top 3 of worst groups in wrestling. And they ain't 3 or 2. They're worse than the Jericho Appreciation Society. They're worse than the House of Torture. My God, they are just dreadful. And it's all because of Saraya. Tony doesn't look like she wants to be anywhere near a ring. And Ruby just is like, whatever, I'm just here earning my money. The creative for the women's division is just so goddamn dire. A Guns pre-tape. Oh boy, they're upset about not getting their tag title rematch. Ethan wants their help. And then Kyle Fletcher beat Action Andretti. Remember when Action Andretti was going to actually be somebody they were going to maybe properly push? That lasted for 3 weeks. Yeah, he needs more time. And yes, him beating Jericho might have been a bit too soon, but they just totally cooled off on him. And I like Kyle Fletcher. The match was fine. There were some good exchanges. Both these guys can throw some good kicks and do some good moves, but it didn't mean anything. We got a sheer drop brainbuster for 2. We got more moves, and then we got a jumping tombstone variation. 1, 2, 3. There you are. And then we have cage match highlights. I ranted about the cage match in my Dynamite review. Check it out if you want. I stand by every single goddamn thing I said about that. And right into Shivani in the ring with the Hardys and Brother Tay instead of Isaiah Cassidy. No Hook. I am not doing the joke anymore because after the firm deletion match, that's it. I have written off every single person involved in that. They want to become tag champs. Just end the tag division if you make the Hardys tag team champions in 2023. The Guns show up. Hey, we'll do Ethan's bidding. Matt, I'm done with Ethan. Wait, if you want me to give you guys a tag match, how about if you lose, I have Ethan's contract. They are still continuing this. This is terrible. This is bad. Really, really bad. Apocalyptically bad. But then again, Matt Hardy's involved. What the fuck do you expect? We get some mentions of the card on Dynamite and also a Double or Nothing rundown with the 2 matches that have been made official for the pay-per-view that is in 2 weeks. I'm going to buy it, but they really are going to have to start setting up this pay-per-view card, these pay-per-view cards a lot sooner. Swerve and Brian Cage with the Embassy. Prince hey. Toa Leona and Bishop Khan. And I like Khan. Khan and Leona, they're a good team. Cage just doesn't belong there. He's not good. Swerve is better than being saddled with having to try and drag Brian Cage to a halfway decent tag match. Anyway, Silver and Reynolds of the Dark Order with Uno in their corner, and whatever. Just the match. I like Swerve, but I'm done with the Dark Order. This kept going, and eventually we got a double finish with Swerve hitting his finish and Cage hitting his finish. 1, 2, 3. Then they tried for a beatdown afterwards, and then Keith Lee and Dustin showed up with weapons, and there you go. That's the end of that. That's all I got for Rampage. I may keep reviewing it, but, at this point, if I don't be surprised. And once Collision happens, I may just drop Rampage altogether, because it's a nothing show. No disrespect to the talents. Agree, disagree, what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.